That's loads of stuff from the early part of The Cure. Very scary watching some of that. I think the first film that we made was for 10/15 and that sort of stuff around 1978. Me, Lawrence and Michael. Michael left to be replaced by Simon and Matthew. We went on to do A Forest. It's strange seeing that again as well, with Mr. Robot Face sitting in front. Then we we moved out of pop for a few years, started getting very, very miserable. I don't know really why we did any of that. I think probably just because we were. I think everyone gets pretty miserable around that period of their lives, around their early 20s, which culminated in probably one of the most depressing records ever made, which was the Pornography album, which was a good experience in a very bizarre kind of way. It was really, really horrible. Not something that I'd like to repeat. And after that, everything started to fall apart, really. But it's strange. The weirdest thing about watching these older clips is my face changed shape, my eyes changed shape. I don't think it's something that I'd eaten or not, but they'd have definitely changed shape. It's like a manufactured hysteria anyway. It's almost what you get in Japan. I had the benefit of going there with the Banshees as well as with The Cure, and I saw the same people, and because of that, all the attention was focused on Sue when I went with the Banshees, I could sort of stand to one side and I was seeing it and how that kind of hysteria was generated around a group. So when I was actually at the eye of the storm, I found it a lot easier to detach myself and understand that it wasn't actually going. It was nothing to do with me. I mean, or even the group, as I know it. It was to do with, like, it's more to do with, like, icons and image. It's all around the same time of becoming disillusioned with the way The Cure was being portrayed. I mean, we were guilty of it. It wasn't anyone else's doing. And I just wanted to get away from being the focal point of something that drab, really. I was playing guitar with Suze and the Banshees for a while in 1982 and 1983, and I got really friendly with Steve Severin out the Banshees, and we decided to do an album together called Blue Sunshine. We were called The Glove after the Blue Meanie glove in Yellow Submarine, because we used to sit and watch that a lot. I don't know why. And Sue and Budgie went off and did the Creatures project for the first time at the same time, and it's that it never did very well at the time. We'd released 2 singles. We got a girl in called Landray to sing, and I sang a couple of songs and a couple were instrumentals. And it was just, we just used to go into the studio very late at night and just sit there and play. It was quite funny, really. After all this pornography stuff, and the group really just fell apart around that time, I wanted to go off and do something else, completely away from The Cure, and I wanted to stop singing, and I was fed up of being sort of like people expecting me to know things. So I looked around, and my old friend Suze and the Banshees were looking for a guitarist, so Providence sort of smiled on me, and I stepped in, and I stuck with them for about a year, playing guitar, and I was still writing songs at the same time, until eventually I thought it would be a good thing for The Cure to start up again, but this time being a pop group again, because we'd had a long enough layoff, people had forgotten what we were supposed to do. And this was around the time that we met Tim Pope for the first time, and this is really when the video side of The Cure started to work, because I think up until then our videos, as you've seen, were pretty drab. I think they're a nice historical record, but they're not much more than that. But once we met Tim, I think he started to drag the visual side of the group, the funny side of the group out, and probably the best one I think from that time was, and certainly one of his favourites I know, was The Walk, which we're going to see next.